Hello and welcome to the Patches In podcast. My name is Dom. I'm here with Hugh.
Hi.
And I'm here with Hamish. Whoa. Hey. What's up with that?
Just hey man, we're doing this podcast.
What's the accent about?
We'll try to get famous.
Yeah. We've also got a working mixer this time, so everything actually sounds a lot clearer than the last time. We had a problem with the power supply that kind of disintegrated.
Yeah.
So
it went into little pieces.
No excuses, guys. Just.
well, it took me like I bought a power supply that didn't work on it because it was the wrong. Was it the voltage or the watts I got wrong, or both?
Yeah, too long to explain.
So just say I fucked up.
It was neither of those things.
It
right?
didn't work.
It didn't work.
The current.
It was the current. So there, right, so I fucked up somewhere, but I managed to fix it by buying the right one.
Yeah, I don't know how we looked for it properly the first time. I think we clicked on like the sponsored one.
Yeah.
Dumbasses.
Yeah, but it's all working now, and we all should sound nice and clear again.
So say hi, Hamish.
Hi, Hamish.
There we are. He's right
you
there.
Talk like an American DJ.
No.
You thought about it for a
try
second.
that. Maybe after a couple more beers. Yeah.
Welcome to the Patches In podcast.
See, American, like there's more than one accent in America.
Oh, there's loads.
Not for American DJs. There's one accent. Hey.
You're just trying to think of like Weenie in the Butt from like Family Guy.
Like wee fart noises. We get wee soundboard like.
Butt slam.
You're meant to actually you're meant to fake the sound, not actually do it.
Oh damn, gonna get taken off
One listens.
the air. So Hugh, what have you been up to this week?
This week,
Mate.
I was boycotting games for a while because games annoyed me.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, and I realised I've played this game before.
Yeah, you were saying that the last time.
Yeah, I said it last time. I was
Get some deja vu here.
I was getting very
Deja
cynical
Hugh.
with games, so I stopped playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm going to wait until I'm less burnt out on the third-person action genre.
Yeah.
So I've been playing multiplayer games mostly. Try to get some more time into the battle pass for Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Playing a little bit of FIFA before 21 comes out because you got to get your skills ready for the next FIFA game.
Yeah. So you're going to have to start from level 1 then.
Started from scratch.
Yeah, it doesn't change that much, guys.
No, not really.
No, you're just bad at it.
Yeah, I've been trying to play some retro games as well because try to get away from the third-person action genre.
Your third-person action genre?
Yeah, try to play some Starwing, Ghosts and Goblins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at Ghosts and Goblins, but that's all I've been doing. I'm trying to think of other interesting things I could have been doing at the same time. I've been trying to avoid Hamish.
You've been trying to avoid Hamish, and how is that going?
Pretty well.
Yeah?
Pretty well.
Well,
For
apart
tonight.
Oh.
But that's about it. Sorry, there's my helicopter there, boys.
That's me done. I'm out.
I was like, see you later, guys, bye.
But come back to me later and I'll remember.
Come back to you later and you remember.
Yeah.
Remember what you've been doing this week?
Yeah.
It just happened.
Well, it is Sunday. This is the beginning of the week.
No, it's not. Judging by who uses that method.
It goes
I think
Sunday,
Jesus
Monday, Tuesday,
uses
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You don't have a Saturday, no?
Nah, that's it's lost.
It's lost from the drinking on the Friday.
I sleep Friday through to Sunday.
I'm always so tired. I don't understand why.
Also, guys, get this.
Mm-hmm.
I have been going to a gym.
A gym?
A gym.
A gym?
A closed gym.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a gym
you go and sit outside and eat your pot noodle.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
when you've been
much,
going to a closed gym.
Yeah, well, a box of donuts and I just look at
It's like, would it be me?
Go ahead and motivate yourself to eat those donuts, aren't you?
Exactly. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going okay. Working out on your own and stuff like that.
Gyms aren't open yet.
I know, but it's
That's why he said closed gym, because
Yeah,
you can go to a personal gym. You can't.
it's a private
Yeah.
one-man gym.
Alright, okay, as long as you're not dogging anyone in.
No, it's just for me.
Or dogging.
It's been very difficult since I've been sitting here. Just go let it all out.
I'm just in a wee giggly mood tonight.
It's been alright. Like, obviously with lockdown,
Yeah.
you've been sitting on your arse for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Been
You
very-
maybe, I've been working.
Oh fucking hell, man!
No, but I know what you
Only
mean, man.
have-
I've been
#essential worker.
I've been dying for the gyms to open back up because I was getting into it. See, before all this happened, again, like feeling great, and then it was like, oh no, that's it.
Yeah, and I actually know one of the guys we know is taking like the opening fight to our government. He's doing like little protests and stuff like that because
Right.
his gym can't handle being shut for that long.
Yeah, it's kind of like I can understand why they're wanting to do that, especially with like everything going
You
on.
can see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
Like guys need to earn money to live, and then they're like, "Oh, but bread, the virus."
Yeah.
It's like a hard decision.
Yeah.
which we are not getting involved in.
Oh no, not at all. We have no science behind it. We only can just go on.
This
what
is a
we do.
non-controversial podcast.
I remember
Yeah.
when we used to talk about games and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, we got older and stopped playing games like 10 podcasts ago. What did we talked about last week, like the iPhone?
Yeah, we did.
iPhones and stuff. Yeah. By
What
the
about-
way, last episode was pretty great, so go and listen to that if you're not listening to this one.
Yeah, it's pretty
The,
fun.
the editor was pretty shit though.
Fuck you.
What about yourself, Hamish? Man, what have you been up to?
I mean, you'd really need to ask other people, mate. I don't remember much. This
Oh
week, so
no, don't say that,
I've
Hamish.
been pretty drunk.
This podcast is just like a tracking your spiral, spiral into alcoholism and.
I feel like I could just record this once, and you wouldn't even need to get me back on. Witcher 3 is great. I got drunk this week. That's
Copy
that's all that
paste.
brings
Is
this,
that the
yeah.
name for it as well?
I just like. So, how are you, Hamish?
Drunk.
I was drunk. Thanks, Hamish.
Anyway, on to next.
I just still working. Kind of showed up a wee bit worse for wear on a Saturday, but you know,
Yeah.
did my time, no problem. Then went to sleep. Slept for like 12 hours.
Nice.
It was good. It was good.
Jealous?
Huh? Over as
You
well.
played any games? Mr. Game Pass?
Yeah, actually, and speaking of Game Pass, been playing Carrion.
Ooh.
We all like a wee Carrion, you know.
You are up your giggling with tonight, man.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so it's a Devolver Digital, and it's on Game Pass, as I say. It's quite an interesting concept. You're a wee monster, and then you grow over time, learn new abilities and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it's just a lot of fun. Basically, to sustain your life, you grab like enemies, just wee scientists and stuff like that with your tentacles, and you eat them, and but then you get armored ones. You need to like pure launch off the wall
Armoured
and stuff like that.
scientists.
And, well, yeah, I
What
mean,
kind of scientists are these?
Mr. Scientist.
it's like it's
Reed Richards?
really nice 2D wee platformer style type thing, but
Alright, okay.
it's a lot of fun. No, it's there's not much to it.
Yeah.
There's a few like flashback scenes where you try and get some kind of story, but you're like, just let me be the monster and eat people again. Like that's what I'm here for.
Is this like one of your like Game Pass punts, we'll call it? We should make that a segment actually. Hamish's Game Pass punt.
Here's why you should get Game Pass and why they should sponsor me. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like
Sponsor us.
You just play one
Our
random-
podcast.
Our podcast. Hamish.
I'm the only one that talks about Game Pass
Yeah.
mostly.
Well, like,
Uh,
so do you just like see if a game comes on? Do you just go right? Fuck it, I'll give this an hour.
I used to, but I'm like yourself. I'm playing less and less games these days.
It's
So
summer.
it's really just kind of if I really like the look of it. I've also been working a lot, so I've not had as much
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean? But this one I would definitely recommend. Carrion is a good wee laugh. It doesn't seem too long either. I've maybe played it for 3 hours or something like that, and 3-4 hours, and I'm pretty near the end. Can get a bit annoying. There's no map or anything like that, so you're
Oh,
Just floating about.
floating about all the levels. Like,
Yeah.
where the fuck am I meant to go now?
Who's this guy?
But
What am
but
I
no,
doing?
it's fun for a little wee. I could just put this on, don't need to dive deep into it. Like, it's not a third person action game that you need to put 100 hours into. You know.
A third person action game?
third person action game is my
Third-person
most
action game.
hated fucking. Oh, don't even get me started.
I gave UFC 4 a wee shot this morning with EA Access. You can get. I really am just punting the subscriptions, haven't I? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the subscription guy.
You'll fall for it.
I gave that a wee.
Sorry, mate.
I gave that a wee shot because you get the 10-hour trial if you got EA
Yeah.
Access before it comes out.
I really want to get it because I've been getting back into my UFC lately, which is something I should have said in my segment. But like,
Your time's over now, Hugh.
I know. I'm trying to cut in quickly.
Too bad.
I tried to get UFC 3 to play it,
Yeah.
but a mix up because I had EA Access, and then I got rid of EA Access. So I've still got time on my trial, but then I don't have the trial anymore.
Oh.
And then like the Xbox was like confused. It was trying to figure out why it was letting me load it up.
Yeah.
But like, and then I tried to buy it, and it was telling me I had to buy it with like another game.
Was it
It
the
may have been
season pass?
no, it was another game, another EA game.
UFC 3, you were trying to buy the old one.
Yeah. I was trying to buy UFC 3, and it was like, oh, you have to buy it as a double pack with
Fight Night?
not
No,
Fight
no, it
Night.
wouldn't be
It might
Fight
have been
Night.
FIFA or something like that, some other sports game. And I was like, or Madden. It might have been Madden.
Madden.
And I was like, I'm not buying Madden.
So is
You
it
can play
maybe
Madden.
not available on the store on its
I
own now?
I don't think so because I searched for it and I couldn't find it. But like, I wasn't
Interesting.
paying. I knew it being EA, it would probably be like 20, £30, and I'm not paying for
An old game.
an old game like that. But
Yeah.
Just get it. You can buy it physical now because it is quite old and the new one's coming out. Like you could
So-
buy it physical.
my whole point was, is it worth?
No. My whole point
I know.
was.
I was going to ask you a question with UFC 4 before you even started. Right?
Oh dang.
Is it worth me going out and getting a second-hand copy of UFC 3, or put the £50 down for UFC 4?
I mean, I've not had a ton of time to play UFC 4, but it does seem very much the same. There's some slight improvements to some of the stand-up that I've noticed. A couple of changes to the ground game, but I've only had a few fights, so I'm not really far into it.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the main reason that I like these games, apart from if you've got a mate around having a few rounds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like a wee story, and from what I've started, like in FIFA, the journey.
Yeah.
I like that kind of thing. I don't like just doing like a season where you just play a game and then a game and then a game and then a game and then a game and you just go on and on. I'd like there to be some commentary or some storyline.
Something to connect it all.
Yeah. So when you start off in UFC 4, you set your wee character up and stuff like that, and your coach is getting interviewed, like, tell me about his first fight and stuff like that. So you get a wee flashback to your first fight and that kind of thing. If you like that kind of aspect of it and building up a character, like the role playing side of it, then yeah, I think you'd probably like it. But if you're just looking for a game that like FIFA you'll jump on and have one match with, then just get UFC 3 and
Yeah.
Did they have this? Was it a special edition one where you can get like AJ and Tyson Fury?
well, that's just a pre-order thing.
Just pre-order?
You pre-order
Oh, okay.
it and you get that. Yeah.
That's so annoying, man.
It
Like,
just shows you that like, do you guys want another fight night? Just fucking make another fight night.
you just use that engine and just
Yeah.
take away the ground game.
Yeah. I really like
the kicking
Fight Night,
and stuff, obviously, as well. But like,
Yeah. Fight night was a lot. I think it's a lot better than the UFC games. But then
Nah.
like, I prefer the boxing simulator over MMA one, because anytime I play you cunts at it, you just tap me out immediately. I have no ground game.
like real life.
Like real. Oh.
No, I played Fight Night Champion. It's backwards compatible,
Mhm.
and I was playing it, and I was like, "This is good and stuff," but like the limitations of a boxing game
Yeah.
are obvious compared to UFC. Like obviously comparing the sports,
Yeah.
like, boxing's much more limited in its attacks.
Yeah, because you can't go for the legs.
Gets a little
You can't karate kick.
samey every single time I play the like Fight Night Champion.
Mhm.
Like, I just didn't like it as much as a UFC game.
Yeah,
but I
because
mean,
you got beat. That's the problem.
No.
People can whoop your ass.
I was winning,
Aye.
bitch. I was winning.
Yeah, but you need to remember as well, when was Fight Night Champion out? That was a while ago.
Like 2013, something like that.
So you need to take that into consideration as well.
No, I know. It was just one of them ones where I think I was so used to playing the UFC game, I was like,
Why can't I kick him in the head? And
What do you think of the covers, see, for EA this year? Like, for the games, like UFC 4 and FIFA, like, they look
I hate
ugly.
them. I hate them. It looks like a fucking 6-year-old collage that he's made. Like, it just
Have you
looks
seen the new one, Hugh?
awful.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Yeah, I was like,
I
so
like-
the FIFA one, I was like, what's that about? But there's the
I'm going to tell you if I like it.
there's
I'm gonna
UFC
spark a wee
one.
can while
aye,
the
go
boys
do
look
that.
this up. Right.
I've got the FIFA Champions edition up, and it's Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, and
It
looks
looks-
kind of like a clip art thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
the exact
just-
same.
It looks cheap
It's the
to
exact
me.
same as the FIFA one.
That's weird. Like I know, like the two guys on the cover are pretty popular now, Adesanya and Masvidal. But
Yeah.
like, have that as the cover. Why have that as like a copy and pasted photo, like on top of the cover?
Yeah.
Is this just a new style they're going for?
It looks thrown. It must be if it's across the two games. You know what I mean? Like, but it just looks cheap and very
Yeah.
quickly thrown together to me. But
Bit
Are we old?
disappointing,
Are we old? Is this what it is? So we just don't get it.
Nah,
no,
I
that's
get
all,
that.
man. Like, it's just
It has been
Low
complained
effort.
about it over on like Twitter and Facebook and Reddit and that. People have been, they're not happy by the art style of it. But if they're trying to do something a bit different, at least you know they're doing something with the art.
I really like the UFC 3's like green and pink and black like colour design that it had. That was pretty striking.
yeah, it was quite
because
eye catching, wasn't it? Like,
the first two UFC games are a bit bland looking.
Right, everyone that was on the front cover lost their next fight as well. It's like a curse as well.
the thing
The
is,
UFC
though,
cover curse.
if you look at a cover, you should be able to get a general idea of what fucking game you're buying. You know what I mean? And if you look at one and it's just these guys, you know, randomly pasted on, you're like, all right, well,
I think you know if you're going to buy either of those games like before they come out. I don't think FIFA 21 and UFC 4 are impulse buys at all.
yeah, true, but still, like, you want to get a rough idea what's going on.
Are you going to get either? Are you going to get UFC 4? Hamish, I feel like you were telling us whether you were going to get UFC 4 and I interrupted.
Well, I've pre-ordered it just because I like spending money, you know. And I
And you
I
like
really,
you like UFC.
I do like UFC. I like the games and stuff like that, and like yourself, I've been kind of getting back into it. Like,
Yeah.
we used to be in it really quite deep
Heavily.
years and
Yeah.
years and years ago.
Before it was cool.
Here we UFC hipsters.
Yeah.
When Tap Out used to make proper T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't owned by WWE.
Yeah, so strange that.
Mate, I was speaking about this with someone. I was like, the guy that owned Tap Out was a guy called Mask Lewis. Or
Yeah.
like, what was his first name?
Charles
Mask
Lewis.
And like, he was a weird, eccentric, cool guy, and he was so into like MMA and making T-shirts for MMA, and he was so controlling of what Tap Out did. Like,
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, we were watching. Was it a documentary they did? 'Cause,
no,
like,
he did like a reality show.
They had a
Reality
TV
show, yeah, that's right.
Where he went to different fighters, and they had like Donald Cerrone was on
Donald
it.
Cerrone, yeah.
BJ Penn was on it, and that's why he walks into the gym and goes, BJ, and for a while that's
How we would say words.
like, oh, let's copy this cool cunt. But like as soon as he died,
Yeah.
like they were like, cash in now. And like UFC kind of get rid of like their sponsorships, so they went with Reebok. Terrible idea.
But then they're getting rid of Reebok now, aren't they? This is the
yeah,
tail end of that.
like
Who
I don't know
they
what
going back with Venom again, or?
It's Venom they're going with, yeah.
Yeah.
Venom's pretty cool, but also I don't know. This is gonna be a deep subject again, but like they're not employees; they're self-employed workers. Why should they have in like uniform?
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't want to get into that in this gaming podcast. But like,
You cover everything now, mate.
we cover everything. Yeah, I've got like a box full of like old like the classic Tap Out T-shirts,
Yeah,
like the ones that like you would see that really tough person wear.
yeah. So
Like-
why were you wearing it?
Because I'm a badass. Hey, don't make me tap you out, Dom.
Oh, please don't. Not wearing
I'll
the
tap
Tap Out
you
T-shirt. Oh, damn.
Alright, this is we're getting off track.
So I think I'll get it as well. It's out on my birthday.
Yeah, it is,
Ooh.
yeah. Now you've just told everyone your birthday.
I know I want them to send me
You
presents.
just want all the wishes, don't you?
Yeah, but I've been looking at the fighter ratings, and there's a lot of controversy because the best fighter in the game is a woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know that.
Conor McGregor's 4 stars and stuff like that, which a lot of people are raging
He's
about.
like the 20th best fighter in the game.
But
which
what I
makes
think's
sense.
funny is it's DC. It's Daniel Cormier
Yeah.
who's the ratings adjuster.
Yeah,
So he's going to be looking at like kind of month to month how people are performing, and John Jones will be like a 1 star.
they're doing the same what they did like with FIFA now. They're doing it with UFC.
They're adjusting the
I'm not a big
I'm
fan
not
of
a
that.
huge fan of the constant adjustments because like if I'm playing FIFA and one of the players has had like a bad week, whether like they just had a bad performance and they dropped them massively, you're like,
I mean, all you need to do to save that is just, do you want to update these ratings? Yes.
but
no.
then if
Do you need
someone
to
has a
turn them
good
off?
week and they get really high up, I like, you know, it's pros and cons.
You need that helping hand because you're bad at FIFA.
Aye, but with UFC, I think it's kind of, you know how football players have 2 games a week, so you can fairly judge week by week.
Aye, but
like-
then you can go months and months without a fight. And
Yeah, how's DC going to rate these fighters?
Is he going to do it like, you know, without any bias, as we said? John Jones could go all the way down to 1.
I don't really-
Habib is his best pal.
I think he's the face of it. Surely it's not just down to him. Like,
That'd be some of that power for big DC.
The only power he's got.
like, can he be? We just put everyone else 1 star and him 5 stars, and we like
5.5 stars.
Tom, did you just say DC doesn't have any power?
No.
I thought that's what you said. I was like,
power over the ratings change.
like
Like,
champ, mate. He was
Double champ.
champ. He was champ.
Was he not ducking loads of people, but
No,
Yeah. He was
DC
ducking.
doesn't
He was
duck.
ducking Jones.
he was ducking Jones.
he
I'm
fought
sure.
twice.
He was ducking and then beep.
Jones wanted him 3 times, mate.
You should have stopped taking random Viagra pills. That's a good MMA, not a deep cut, but like you got to know MMA to know that one.
Definitely.
But yeah, go get UFC, go get FIFA. Even though every year I go, oh fuck EA. Well, give me some of that FIFA.
Give me that sweet FIFA.
Give me some of that sweet FIFA action. Oh look, they've updated the teams. Yay!
Yeah. Oh, this thing that they could have just released as an update.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole new game. Nice.
They should just do we talked about this before.
Yeah,
I know
we
we're
were.
just going off on topics here, but they should just do these games as subscriptions.
Yeah.
Unless, like, you know how like Destiny does, like Destiny 2 will just get
Expansions.
updated and expanded, and then eventually when like something they need to like update everything, Destiny 3 will come out. Like, they should just do that with UFC and FIFA.
Probably. But
Even
then they
just-
won't make all the money.
Even if
Yeah.
they want to make a bit of money though, just even an expansion pack,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They can get a bit of money, but it's not a ridiculous cost of another 50 quid or whatever. Like,
Anyway, what else have you been doing, Hamish?
nothing else really, mate. That's about it.
Yeah.
That I can think of. Get back to me later.
Hey,
Have you remembered what you've been doing this week?
I said I was going to gym.
Oh, you said
Oh, you
get
said-
back to me, and
I was watching anime.
oh, right, okay. Tom, what you been up to?
Myself, man, I'm pretty much like everyone else. See, because like work's now fully opened up. It's just been constantly doing that. Not much time to watch anything. Because I was going to try to watch a couple of things on Netflix or play a couple of games. I got to play one new game. That Fall Guys.
Oh, that looks so good.
I had like a wee shot of it, and I was like, I need to get this game immediately. So, have you heard that, Hugh?
I've seen. I think it's a video. Is it where you jump on the platforms and they kind of disappear?
Yeah, so it's Devolver Digital again, and it's like one of those battle royale games, but it's done in the style of Takeshi's Castle. But you're like wee gooey creatures running about.
Like, remember Human Falling Flat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of walk a bit like that. You're basically like that, so you don't have complete control over your character.
Yeah.
Like, it's a wee bit kind
Right.
of hard to control. Just adds to the fun.
Yeah, that sounds
So it's
pretty good.
just to get to number one, and like they all go in stages, so you can get up to I think it's like final 10, I think it is, and then it's like who gets top 10. But they did have a bit of issues over the weekend because it became free on PlayStation Plus, I think it was.
All right.
So everyone was going nuts and pure crashed the servers. So they were on Twitter going like, but people were so angry at it that they were downvoting and giving them bad reviews because the servers were full, which was kind of shit.
That's a bit shit. Yeah.
But they were like apologising, like, the guys didn't expect, everybody in the fucking grand to
That
come on and
Rocket
play.
League treatment when Rocket League went PS Plus.
Yeah.
It suddenly became the best or the biggest game on the planet at that
And
point.
everyone was playing it, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, it took you a while to get into games and that. But with this, like, it's harmless. We like one versus everybody, or 1 versus 100, and having a laugh. I think it really far. I only had like maybe about 10-15 minutes go of it, so I'm like, I have to buy this for Steam. This will be really good for it.
You bought it on Steam?
No, you can buy it on Steam. I'm saying.
I was going to say traitor.
Aye, but you can get
Console traitor.
It does look like a lot of fun. One thing that some other people were complaining about though was, see, like the trophy or the achievement, and it's like get 5 wins in a row, and people are like, you can't really judge if you're gonna win, because like in Takeshi's Castle, sometimes you'll get a wall and there'll be like 5 doors on it, and only one of them will actually open,
Right.
and things like that, like things where really it's kind of just luck.
Yeah.
So people were like, how the fuck are you meant to get 5
Yeah.
in a row? Getting one at all is pretty difficult, you know what I mean? So a lot of people were complaining about that, but
It's pretty colourful in that
It's-
as well. Really striking. Really just fun. You
I
could
need
do
to
like you
download
get
this.
it looks like pure fun, yeah.
yeah. I would say like if you can PlayStation Plus, definitely. I might buy it for Steam, just so I can use my PC.
Oh, another really hard game for your PC to play.
Mm-hmm.
You need to up your PC game.
I know. I really should. Like I should buy like COD for it or that, just to like really push it to its limit. I was playing like Resi 3 on it just to test the specs on it. I was like, I'm going to put this up fully, and it crashed the PC.
Did it actually crash it?
Aye.
I was like, Resi 3, that 20-year-old, and then I went, oh no, it's a remake in my head. I was like, oh, hit him with this joke. Nah, don't.
How bad
it
is
did-
your PC, man?
It did crash it because I was trying to do like a 4K output on a screen that can't support 4K. So I was like,
Nice.
oops, that didn't make sense. But yeah, like I'll get a couple other games on Steam when I find ones that are like either brand new or they drop down in sale. Like Doom Eternal, I'm thinking about grabbing that when that drops down in price, because I really enjoyed Doom, the remake that they did for a couple of years ago, just Doom 2016.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, Doom 2016. But it'll be a while before that probably drop down sale. But I didn't get a chance to watch anything or like this. Well, no, that's a lie. I got to watch that Muppets Now on Disney Plus.
Nice.
So yeah, still it's a bit weird with Kermit. Like,
What is this, a movie?
No, it's what I was worrying that these streaming services will do. What they did with The Mandalorian, what they're now doing with this, they're just releasing these series episodically, so you're not getting all in the one go, so you can't binge watch it. And
That's
I'm
annoying.
like, fuck, I'm not a fan of that. But it's Muppets because I like Muppets, so I'm going to watch it.
Muppets are amazing, man. Like, I've got no qualms with letting the world know I like Muppets.
Kermit's voice is a bit
Because you
odd.
are one.
Oh, damn.
Sorry. I was so. It's like he gave me a plate.
It's low hanging fruit
I
here.
know.
Man, you need to be
Low hanging
better.
fruit, still sweet.
And you're talking over everybody while doing it.
I can't help it.
You're
Just make
terrible
it
at it.
easy.
You're terrible.
I'm sorry, we make it easy to talk over us.
Yeah.
It's easy to talk over anyone.
Yeah, but
See, I could.
you make
Yeah, I
it easy
can talk
by
over
not
you.
saying
Like, so,
anything
you know,
of
what's
substance.
the difference?
This is crazy.
You make it easy
See,
by
this
not
is
saying
again
anything of
now.
I can't
substance.
believe this.
You make it easy by not saying anything of substance.
Alright, guys, let's get into some news. Hugh's just checking these facts right now.
Yeah.
He knows nothing. That's why. Anything
So
on
we
any of these previous podcasts is just Hugh reading off of his phone, putting the word "fuck" in there sometimes, so that it makes it his own.
Do you know why he's mad? Because it's still better than what he does.
What's that?
What's that? Yeah, what did I do?
Say he's drunk.
It's all we got, man.
Yeah.
Spark cans and go, oh, I'm real drunk.
I mean, at least I'm honest with the people.
Oh, sure. So we have. It's been a while since we've actually.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since we've uploaded a recent podcast because we ended up talking about the Microsoft update that we're doing with all their latest games and showcase, and is it Xbox Showcase, isn't
I
it?
think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It was like Xbox Game Showcase or something.
Yeah.
Something.
It was
simple.
something. It was something. Yeah, and we were all a bit like, I wonder what they're going to show, and what they showed was mediocre.
I think it's another one of those high expectations thing where they were like, oh, here's what we're working on, and everyone was like, why isn't this the best thing? Why haven't you just put Halo, fucking Banjo-Kazooie? Like, they want banger after banger.
You can't please everybody.
Yeah, because the comments I was seeing is like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, more like Assassin's Creed Vanilla, and you're like, what?
Yeah, like
That's already been like a known announced game.
Yeah, I was like, what do you expect? What?
I think a lot of people were disappointed with Halo Infinite, which I didn't really get. I don't see why they're disappointed in it already. It's still in development. It looked like Halo, but open world.
Felt like Halo.
Like
it didn't look like Halo though, I think.
The vistas and the world looked really good, but the characters didn't.
Yeah.
But like that's detail that can be added later. That's just textures and stuff that can be added later. Like, I have faith in them that it's going to look pretty good because it's going to be their fucking Xbox Series X flagship title.
But I lost faith in them because of Guardians. Like, see when you've been burnt before for it, and then they show this, you're a bit like.
To be fair, I don't think that was 343. I think that was the Xbox One architecture.
You think so? Yeah.
Like, I think the original Xbox One was such a letdown technically that they couldn't fit the game they wanted on it. So obviously they couldn't get split screen campaign. They couldn't get split screen fucking multiplayer. They couldn't get it in HD.
Yeah.
Like, they had to downgrade the graphics to get it on the original Xbox One. Like, it was like the original Xbox One was lower than what everybody thought it was going to be. So
yeah,
I liked Halo 5 Guardians gameplay. Story's another thing, but the gameplay was good.
So was there anything else that you can remember? I know it was a wee while ago. Was there any games that you could be like, oh, that looks good, or like, because it was like we were saying before the podcast, it was not really focusing mostly on like the big killers. It was mostly focusing on the studios.
Bugsnax.
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 That was on State of Play as well. We were just watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you got a bit of gameplay footage on the
State of Play,
didn't you?
Yeah, but we're talking about Xbox.
No, but like, Bugsnax actually looked pretty. It was like so weird that it stuck in my head.
It looked like a fucking fever dream, man. It looked so
Nightmarish.
strange, yeah, but like really intriguing. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
There was that other game that's on like early access now, or whatever it's called, like the Grounded, where you're the tiny little person. There's big giant spiders, and
I tried that actually. Yeah, I tried that.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's alright.
You could have brought that up earlier.
I know, but I forgot, mate. I told you I don't remember most of this week.
Do you like it?
Last 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't remember most of my life, Tom.
Aww.
It's probably a good thing.
It's alright. I think it'd be fun. You can play it on cooperative, see if you all got on and played, but it's not one that I would play myself, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Hugh, you'd be terrified because, I mean, you're
Is it bears?
No, but if he's afraid of bears, which are pretty cuddly and cute looking, you're gonna be afraid of massive like arachnids and stuff like that.
Bears are not cute, but
What about spider bear?
Yeah.
Dom, why?
Spider bear.
Why would you do that? Why would you even put that in my head?
No, it was there forever.
I
Laying
know.
the spider eggs in you. Spider Bear eggs. Don't worry, don't come out until after the winter.
But off the top of my head, I can't really remember any more games from the showcase.
I think it was Fable not announced.
Fable was it was a animated trailer, so it wasn't anything that was
nothing of substance to be seen. But a lot of people have had issues with the previous Halo games and Fable games.
Yeah,
and again, it was just over promising and under delivering. But I've always liked the Fable games, so cautiously optimistic.
Big Pete's not involved this time, so
yeah, they'll probably not make such grandiose expectations. But yeah, I like the IP. You know what I mean? I like Fable games. So.
We saw more Senua's Sacrifice 2 or whatever they're going to call it. Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
That game looks fucking crazy, but cool. I just love Ninja Theory, man. I think everything they do is excellent.
The first one was fantastic. First one was a brilliant game.
I don't think they've made that like a bad game. Like none of them, like a lot of their games are considered like maybe a bit mediocre, but like none of them are like bad.
God awful. Yeah.
I like DMC. I must be one of the only people who like DMC.
Oh, there you go. That one's bad.
You'd probably like that because it's like a departure from
anything to do with Devil May Cry, bad.
Anything?
Nah, I don't know. I've not played the other ones. But I know 5 was terrible. But,
Enslaved's really good.
Yeah. Slave's fun.
Enslaved. Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was Ninja Theory.
Like the only game I can really think of that stood out, or I could remember, was Tetris Effect. Like the one they were doing exclusive, the Kinect one.
Of course you would, mate.
Yeah, but that's been out for a long time.
No, but the Kinect, the Xbox exclusive one, where I think it's a multiplayer.
Connect.
Yeah, Connected. It's the one that's like not the.
You gave me a fucking flashback of how bad Connect is.
Connect. Not connected. Connect.
So
Connect.
Like the knee bones connected to the leg bone and stuff like that, you know, like.
So
not
it's,
Connect.
It's the multiplayer version of that Tetris Effect.
Alright, cool.
So that's the only one really I can remember, and the rest were just quite a blur. But then that's me just going off of.
See, I think what they were going for there was showing you like, oh look, these are the things our studios have got in the works. Like,
don't look too closely, please.
None of these things are going to blow your socks off. But like, Halo Infinite is coming. There you go. Yeah. Like, there you go, Halo fans.
Halo.
See, at the end of the day, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Like, it's a George R.R. Martin quote, and he was talking about.
Is he in prison yet? He said he was going to go to prison if he didn't release that book one time.
Why would he go to prison?
He said, like, you can arrest me if I don't release this book.
Oh, right, okay. As far as I'm aware, no, he's not.
What
no, like, he was talking about, obviously people were asking about, like, the end of the show and stuff like that on TV show, and basically the gist of it was, when you make something, it's your interpretation of this. This is, you know, this is my story, this is what I like. If you don't like it, you can write your own. Yeah. And that's kind of what you feel like when Xbox or PlayStation, whoever, is like, oh, so we're working on these games, and people are like, oh, well, no, work on this, and it's like, well, no, fuck you, it's my, I'm working on this.
Yeah, you do something, god dang it.
This leads directly into the fucking Nintendo Direct.
Exactly. Well, that's a good segue there, Hugh. Thank you very much.
Come on, I started that.
I'll take the credit for it.
But he'll take all of it.
Right.
But you're no, it's completely true, man. Honestly, people are selfish.
People are the worst, mate.
Yeah.
People are the worst.
Yeah.
Nintendo fans are pretty bad.
Oh yeah, they are pretty bad. Hugh, you want to lead with this one then, with the Direct?
So Nintendo announced the Direct, right? But they also announced at the same time it was going to be a mini Direct.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to talk about any first party titles, and it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be Breath of the Wild 2. It wasn't going to be any of these giant games.
Yep.
It was just going to be small experiences.
Yep.
And everyone lost their shit when Breath of the Wild 2 wasn't in it. Even though they were warned.
They were told there was going to be no Metroid. There was going to be no Bayonetta 3. There was going to be
no Super Mario Odyssey 2.
Yep, there was no.
There's a rumour that there's going to be like Super Mario 64 and stuff's getting released to the Switch.
64 emulator and like
yeah, like, and people like, I saw tweets before it where someone was like, "These are the things I want: new Starwing or Star Fox,
Violet Walls or Star Fox,
new Bayonetta footage. I want a new Metroid 4 Prime footage and something.
I want the Switch Pro where it can run.
Doesn't fucking matter what you want, mate.
Yeah, like, and Nintendo were like Nintendo almost begging them, like, please, guys,
reel it in.
We have told you.
It's not come on. And then as soon as it came out, and it was all these like smaller games and cool experiences and stuff like that, and it was just a small little announcement. No, but there was one big thing that got announced, wasn't there? It was Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't like it's like JRPG stuff.
The guys really basically kind of like the Persona games. It's just the series that kind of started it.
I
Really,
thought that was a pretty big announcement.
that was. Like, it was a remake and the new one as well.
I think 3 remake, Shin
Yeah,
Megami
3,
Tensei 3 remake, and then Shin Megami Tensei 5 footage.
Yeah.
But like Twitter went fucking crazy after it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is Nintendo at their fucking worst. Where is Metroid and stuff? And like you just know, like, Nintendo's sitting in an office going, fucking hate our own fans.
They're probably thinking
Hate their own
it's
fans.
probably the West mostly, because it was like, the East are quite, like, they just like, okay, we understand, and they usually get like news first anyway when it comes to like gaming things.
Yeah, but anyone should understand when you explicitly tweet this isn't going to be in it. And it's like, oh, why is that not in it? It's like, because we just told you it's not going to be.
The other thing is, Nintendo didn't come out and say how bad COVID has affected their development teams. Because Nintendo are pretty flexible with their teams. If things aren't ready, they don't get released. I've not heard much about crunch. I'm not saying they don't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying there's not a lot
The
around.
COVID stuff is worldwide, though. Again, people should expect delays in everything.
Yeah.
But people
I mean,
are dicks.
like, even when they were doing like the Smash announcement with what's her name from ARMS being in it,
Yeah.
they were showing like footage from his house. Sakurai going, we can't really do much. Like, I'm kind of stuck in my house, so here we go. And you're like, so if that's like what they're leading with, you'd be like, okay, maybe things are going to be a wee bit more delayed, and they've got to have time to polish these things, or even have time to work on them.
Poor Sakurai, man.
Yeah.
The guy always gets shit.
Don't ask me for anything ever again, Sakurai.
He released Smash Bros. Ultimate with like every fucking character from every other Smash Bros. Game, every stage from every other Smash Bros. Game.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't ask me for anything ever again. Like,
And still people are asking.
they're like, where's Crash Bandicoot? And he's like, in another fucking game.
Buy that.
Go buy that instead, yeah, prick.
I think it's Crash in the PlayStation All Stars.
Nope.
God, that game was awful.
It was indeed. Was there anything else you thought like may have been jumping out at you in the Nintendo Direct?
Was it Deadly Premonition 2?
So 2 was like has been released for a wee while, and it's a bit buggy at the moment. But
there's got a bit of a big patch for it, I've heard.
Yeah. It was more like the Hyrule game, the music one.
Cadence of Hyrule?
Yeah, that was like the big one.
Are they just going to patch it in?
They're just gonna patch it.
And then the only other big thing that they sort of had footage of was the 2K Battleground, the WWE one that kind of looked like shit.
Game.
Oh, that looks so weird.
Did you see, like, I don't know if it's still up, but when they had the Switch trailer for it, there was a mouse arrow on the trailer.
Oh, I didn't see it. No.
And I was like, and it was only on that one. I'm like, this is fucking
Rookie
WWE
mistake.
over it. Yeah,
What is it with WWE in their games? Like, I
they're
think
terrible.
they're 2000. See, in the 2000s, the games were really good.
They had THQ and Utes.
2K12 well, not 2K12. Was it just called like SmackDown vs Raw 2012 or whatever it was?
I can't remember that one. I didn't play 12. I think it was just WWE 12.
It's THQ was doing quite a lot of them,
2007.
and I think it was Ute games were the big ones that were doing them.
And
they were fun.
I'm older than I realise. Is that what it is?
mate.
Yeah.
Very old, man.
I've got the PS2 SmackDown vs Raw, and that's a much better game than any of the.
Aye, that's
newer
the
ones.
one I'm thinking of. The PS2 ones. Aye, so
It's
it must
just
have been.
SmackDown vs Raw.
Aye.
Yeah.
But there was just so much more to it. Again, going back to like I like stories in games and stuff like that, and there was an actual story thing.
Yeah.
But the story ones in the games are just
Yeah.
hollow and shite.
Before they used to have like voice acting, even though it was done by the wrestlers themselves and they're not all very good voice actors, it was still nice to hear it. But now it's them moving their mouth and nothing coming out.
Exaggerated gestures, looking like they're gonna fall over. And
I always
their
went
mouth
Christian in SmackDown vs Raw on the PSP, right? Like, I loved that game, and like,
And you love Christian?
I love Christian, but like they made his walk weird. I can't do it over the podcast, obviously, but like
We'll take an Instagram video for you.
It was like short steps, like in a swagger, and I was like, did he ask for that? Like,
and why would he?
yeah. But wrestling games have not. This isn't us just being old.
No.
Wrestling games haven't been good for a while.
Yeah.
Since Superstars?
Probably Superstars, All Stars.
All Stars,
That's the last one.
Since about the turn of the 2010,
Yeah.
wrestling games haven't been good.
They stopped putting money into it and they thought they could just, like, without creating anything interesting and new, they could get away with it. And people just go, well, we've got UFC, we've got Def Jam Vendetta, you got all these sort of other games.
Not Fire Emblem, Fire Pro.
Yeah, you
Fire
got
Pro is the Japanese one. It's so much fucking better.
I feel like it just WWE games got the FIFA treatment. You know what I mean? Just
simulation.
Nothing changed every year.
It's,
you know
so
what I mean?
it's like wrestling. Sorry, Dom, isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so simulating it is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Just give us a fucking arcade game.
Tom, are you crying, mate?
Have fun. I'm not.
Real to me.
I've just got something in my eye. So have you, Hamish, right?
You're the Bret Hart of this podcast.
So,
Tom screwed Tom, mate.
it was me all along. So, as Hugh was saying there, we actually just quickly watched the state of play, and by quickly it was like 45 minutes. We did have like a Apache helicopter flying outside the flat, so if you did hear any of that at the beginning of the podcast, it was still floating about. But we watched that state of play, and what did we all think of that? Starting with you, Hamish. Oh,
can you remember?
I was looking at Hugh and I said,
Hamish,
Hamish,
try and get me off guard.
get you off guard.
Get you off guard. What was the first game that was announced?
The first game? Ah, shit, I don't know. I don't. Give me a clue. Oh, Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 4, that does actually look really good.
Yeah.
How good does that look, man?
And
About time.
it kept, like, the wee commentator just kept adding on these cool things, and I was like, oh, that looks really good. And then he would be like, oh, so then you also get these wee variations of every level, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. And I was really impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I really like? I like the like everything else going on in the level. There's so much other things in the background going on that catch your eye every time. You're like, oh look, there's something cool like flying about over there. Like it reminds me of the old games where you're like, I wonder what's over there.
Yeah,
but
let's go and explore over here.
That's even just nice to see because it's like they actually care about making the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They properly flesh these out. It's not just like, alright, what's the bare minimum we can do? You know, and you see all these wee things that they add in, and it's like, right, they've actually crafted this with care and dedication.
Yeah.
I think remaking the first three actually showed people why people like the first three. They were like, right, okay, it's the tight platforming.
Yeah.
It's the interesting looking levels and the cool powers and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And not all these other gimmicks that they added on to the next gen fucking Crash games.
Yeah, what they did with Crash, they did with Sonic, and they didn't do with Mario. And it's like, well, Mario managed to survive just on jumping and yahooing. Why can't we just do that?
Yahoo! Just jumping, swimming. What else did that cunt do?
It's Mario.
Jumped more.
No, it was.
He got his brother involved.
It was. He had that water pistol thing on his back.
Oh, like Flood.
Sunshine, and no one liked Sunshine,
yeah.
even though Sunshine was good.
Right, I liked Sunshine, and you know, I was thinking about this the other day. I remember one of the big, not a selling point, but one of the big talking points of Super Mario Sunshine was like you can walk in the mud, and his trousers get muddy,
Oh.
and then you can go in the water, and it washes them off. And now you take that kind of stuff for granted, but I remember back in the day, people were like, "That's incredible."
Remember, it was like Mario was walking with like short sleeves, shorts, like he's got his guns out, and you're like, look at him, look at the hell, this wee Italian plumber.
Built.
Plunging all those toilets, mate. Like, I mean, that
Solid.
Yep.
Cunt's never
I
worked
got
a
fucking
day in
game.
his life.
No.
Well,
He's always trying to find the fucking princess, mate. She's always in another castle.
Anyway, Crash.
Well, fucking no. Let's talk about this. Why is Mario the weirdest character, but also the main character in gaming?
Why does his mustache not match his hair?
Oh my god.
I don't understand that. He's got a black mustache, but he's got brown hair.
Why does everyone else look like real humans and he looks like a wee ball?
Hey, that's only New Donk City, mate.
New Donk City.
That's a game. Odyssey's such a good game.
Anyway, back to Crash.
Back to Crash. So, Toys for Bob, is this their first take on Crash, or did they do the remake? I think they did.
I have a feeling that Toys for Bob made portable games.
But your boy, like they revealed like a new playable character, because you know that you get to play with like Crash and Cortex and
Coco.
and Coco as well.
Yeah.
So now we've got Hugh's favourite boy.
Dingo Dale. I got confused. I was like, who's my favourite boy? Oh, Dingo Dale.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to see if they've done a Crash game before.
They also made it very clear that there would be no microtransactions in the game, which really sort of like everyone sort of, when that was announced, we all sort of looked at each other. But then I'd seen this like a couple of days, I think it was a couple of days ago that happened, but after what's happened with Crash Team Racing, the remake of that, people are going to be a bit...
Yeah, I think it was me and Hugh's first time watching the State of Play.
Yeah.
And you know, he did mention about it was the costumes that you can get, and me and Hugh just kind of looked at each other and we were just like, oh God's sake, like this is, you know, like fully expecting them to, well, I don't think they would say that they were microtransactions, but they did explicitly state that there's no microtransactions, so you know they're all from like challenges in the game and replaying levels and that kind of thing. But
they expect a fucking congratulatory
round of applause.
Congratulatory.
Congratulatory.
Cheers.
How
did you get that word right?
You were almost
drunk.
Because I'm a lot smarter than you.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Congratulatory.
Yeah, right, there you go.
I can only do that, don't worry.
For saying that there's no microtransactions.
A few of the games on that state of play kind of said like, "Oh, there's no microtransactions," as if that's like,
"Oh, yay, thank you!" Like, "Oh, cheers for not putting in the thing that everyone hates."
Yeah, or just hiding it away until they just spring it on you.
Activision adds it three months later.
Yeah, that was horrible.
But yeah, the game looks fucking great, man.
It looks fun.
I'm buying it day one.
Yeah,
Me and Sinead will go play that stuff.
Do you think that they redid the trilogy to gauge interest for 4 and see, like,
Definitely.
should we actually make 4?
Definitely.
Cash in, and then they went, "Oh wait, loads of people bought that. They're still interested."
Yeah. And it's not even like the people that had bought it previously, like have had played the games previously. These are like new people. Everyone going, "Oh, Crash is actually a pretty good mascot. He's goofy and marketable." So if that's the case, like, you know, we've made more money off of this maybe this time than they did back in the 90s. So let's ride this train.
Terrible ones they released like the 360. And,
we don't talk about them. That's why they're just like, yeah, this is the 4th one. This is like right after 3. We don't talk about the other ones.
Forget about the other ones.
This is like Marvel continuity now. They're just going like. And then the next trailer they had for that was the Hitman VR announcement. Right. So they had Hitman 3 and they kind of went into the agent's head, and he had an Apple Teenie, it looked like, wasn't it? The Apple Teenie. And then it was just at the end of it was the stinger saying it was like the entire Hitman trilogy was going to be out in VR, which is good if you can.
I mean, if you like Hitman games, you like VR, cool, and I do like both, but. I was talking to Ross about this the other night.
Yeah.
How is that? It just doesn't seem
jarring. I think.
It doesn't seem like the right game to be in VR. You know what I mean?
How are you going to see all angles? How are you going to look at, like, because the whole point of Hitman is you'll be able to see, like, right, if I do this, it's a chain reaction game.
Yeah.
So like, if you're in first person, there's not a lot of like looking around and stuff like that.
And
it's just
right at the end of the trailer as well. And Hugh, like you were saying, see at the end of it, I mean, you see him using the garrote wire. You know, it's like a murder simulator. I think he's going to get some flack. I think it's going to be like, why are they making a game where you actually step into the shoes of a murderer? You know what I mean? And also this doesn't feel. I mean, when you strangle someone, you want to actually feel something. You need to be.
Whoa!
Wait, what?
Whoa!
No, I mean like, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean like, it's gonna feel weird seeing an image through your eyes of this guy's neck, but not feeling it in your hands.
So we'll ignore.
No, I mean like there's that disconnection that just like say you play a Beat Saber, and you hit a block and you feel a wee vibration. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna
feel the guy
struggling around that. Yeah, it's
which
just
is the part you want.
I mean, I think it's just gonna feel weird. All right, I've
fun everyone, right? No, but I know what you mean. It's like it's not going to be.
It's not going to be tactile.
Yeah, it's not going to be responsive.
Like, can you imagine walking in and someone's looking like they're garroting like the Invisible Man, like struggling and moving around and stuff like that? And like, what's he doing? Oh, he's just playing a wee game. He's like, die.
He's just killing the waiter so he can take his uniform.
That's all he was doing. That's it.
Murder Simulator 2020.
So that's not out until 2021 February, I think it said. January, February.
I mean, that's not far away, lads.
No.
3/4 way through this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, do you think they would remake that for the PS5, upscale it for their probably new VR headset?
Yeah, it's not going to be out until 2021.
Yeah.
I see all these PS4 announcements and Xbox One announcements. I see them all getting uprated because the Xbox One and the PS4's architecture will be very similar to what the PS5 and the Xbox Series X will be.
Yeah.
It'll just be like, just get a patch and release it again.
Yeah.
Patch it in.
We already used that one.
Oh, that was terrible.
That's the name of the podcast.
Don't say that. People are going to be like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't Bill Burr. This isn't Joe Rogan.
No, they're more popular than Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
At least we're on Spotify before him. We can say that for him.
True. He also moved to Texas.
Yeah, I heard that.
We'll need to message him and be like, right, Joe, I know you're new to this Spotify podcast.
So let me show you. We've got 33 episodes under our belt.
Was he nearly at 2,000?
Yeah.
Not on Spotify.
No. He's like -1 at the moment. There's also an announcement for Braid Anniversary as well.
Braid, man.
So they were upscaled, and it looked a bit strange, some of the art design choices they've done. They've tried to make it more like a painting.
You know what? Some of them I kind of didn't like.
Yeah.
See the actual sprite of the guy, the pixely. I liked him more pixely.
Yeah.
Like some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Looked a bit better, but I don't know.
They made them moves like more smooth, and because
Yeah.
they just upscaled the pixels for him, which is
I've never played Braid, and I'll
You've
tell
not
you
played
why.
okay.
I listened to Jonathan Blow, the guy who created it, for like maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and I went, I don't like this. I don't like how much this guy is up his own arse. Like,
I'm that kind of guy, so I need that.
Like, hey, I'm the only one
only
allowed to
one,
do that. It was him and the guy that made Fez as well. Like, I think I watched that indie game, the movie, and like those two came off as so fucking unlikable. Like, the Fez guy more so, but like,
Yeah. Sometimes it's like a bit too pretentious. It's like, well, we're the first ever game to do, rewind mechanics, and I think you nicely said. What did you nicely say, Hugh?
Not
fucking Prince of Persia, motherfucker.
Prince of Persia.
But
like Braid is up its own ass. Like,
Yeah.
it is probably a very good game, but like so are a lot of other games.
I mean, like, do you know?
alright.
Do you know the story of Bread?
No.
So
Well, you should, because Dom's told us on the podcast before.
yeah, I think we have. I think I have. Like, it was like one of the earlier episodes.
Wait. I have to
Yeah.
remember what Dom says now.
Oh no. The story is interesting, but like the story, like the hidden story, the hidden meaning behind it's a lot more interesting. That's why it's more of the guy's up his own arse, because he's like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand.
get it.
You don't
don't
get
quite
it.
get
You don't
it.
understand it.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, fuck
Like,
off,
see,
man.
if you make art, if you make a piece of art and you release it to people, their interpretation is just as valid as yours.
Exactly.
Like if you say, "Oh, you don't get it," and you're like, "Well, no, you don't get what I'm seeing."
Yeah.
It's like art's like subjective.
We had that with the whole thing I had with Outer Wilds as well. Whenever we were talking about that, it says, oh, there's a whole different meaning behind that, and you look into it, you need to know like mathematical theories and it. And I'm like, I just enjoyed floating about in space. I was having a good time.
This is what I took away from it. You
Yeah.
know, I don't need all of that.
But I would say, like, if you get a chance, have a wee go, like, especially anniversary, if it's going to be going quite cheap as well.
Hamish
Yeah.
doesn't get like the subtext of things because he always likes the bad guy.
No, that's not true. I mean, you're literally so hypocritical, mate. You've just said like your interpretation is just as valid as everyone else's, and now you're like, oh no, but Hamish doesn't get it. Like,
The fact that you like the bad guy isn't interpretation. You just like the bad guy.
No,
It's just like that is Hamish's, and he can have that.
they're
And
just
you
better
can,
written characters, mate. Always more interesting
you don't
characters.
sympathise with them.
I'm gonna spark a can.
It's the segue out of this next
You're
one.
using as role models.
What was the next game that came out, Hugh?
Damn, I can't read that from here.
Spelunky.
I wouldn't even wanted to talk about that anyway. Like,
Spelunky 2.
It was
I
just-
played the first one.
It's alright.
It's hard.
it looks like Dig Dug.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
You go into these wee like procedurally generated dungeon type
Yeah.
things, and you just need to get to the end of it. But it is difficult, and there's nothing wrong with it being difficult. But what annoyed me about Spelunky was you need to go all the way back to the start every time you die.
Oh, so
Yeah.
is it like a
And I
roguelike?
Aye, but I fucking hate games like that don't at least give you the option to just wimp out and take the the easier option, have saves and continues. You need to go
Yeah.
back all the
Is
time.
it like
It's
Dead Cells?
Yeah, Dead Cells, same sort of
yeah,
thing.
kind of. But even in Dead Cells, you
You accumulate like the
you felt
souls
like
and
there
stuff
was a
like
bit
that.
more progress, you know what I mean? Whereas in Spelunky, you don't really. I didn't really feel that, But
Yeah, it'll be one of those games like,
I
would just be
didn't
good to
remember
phone
it
it.
because I didn't care.
That's alright, man. Did you care about the Control expansion when it came out with the
Alan Wake.
the Alan Wake expansion? So
Still haven't played Control. I'm waiting on it coming down in price more.
mm.
It looks really interesting. It looks like a game like it's like on a list of games I need to play.
I thought you had Control. Why did I think you had Control?
Hamish has Control.
Hamish has
I
that's
bought
why.
it when it was on sale. But like I was saying, the only reason I bought it is because everyone says it's good and it's a pure hype thing. But see, when I look at videos of it, I'm like, looks
Yeah.
okay. But then it went on sale and I was like, why not? Yeah, let's add it to the list. You know,
Yeah.
I've still actually not got around to playing it, but I'm sure it will one day, and then I'll never go back to it again. So,
Vader Immortal.
oh
Yeah,
yes,
that looked real good.
I was gutted that I was out taking Paige for a walk, so I kind of missed that reaction. I was like, oh fuck, that's going to be on.
well, Hugh was like, oh, and I was like, mate, I told you about this ages ago, and he's like, I don't remember. So,
yeah. No, okay, I remember you talking about
remember things you say.
you haven't remembered the whole thing. That we
it. Hugh, you've
talked
not even remembered the last 5 minutes of this podcast.
This is so boring.
Tell people that. Fuck's sake.
User born. I'm fine.
I'm hilarious, right? Tell me I'm funny.
Fine. I like how you had the choice of all the words in the English language to describe yourself, and you picked, I'm fine.
fine.
I'm only as good as the people I can bounce off of.
It does look fun.
It looks good, and I'm just like, why is it taking so long?
Well, they had to sort of lay the foundation with the the greatest Star Wars game ever, Star Wars Connect. When he got to dance.
I'm Han Solo.
Hello, Han Solo.
God damn, man.
That was dreadful.
Oh, but you have to go take the bad with the good. So this is what we get now.
For a franchise that should have many types and genres of fucking computer game to go with them.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars has got like everything. It's got like political intrigue for RPGs. It's got space battles, like land battles. Like how the fuck did it do Connect? Like, oh, let's do a dancing simulator.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that going to be? And Star Wars.
Did you ever play that game?
Yes.
Did you actually play it?
I didn't play it. I saw people play it. I wasn't buy that shit.
No, it was a demo. There was a demo of it. You could play a level of each one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I think there was either a demo or back when Netflix used to actually rent out games. I played it on that. I do remember vaguely playing it anyway, but there was a lot more modes. You could be a rancor and everything and just wreck a city. That was quite fun. And there was a kind of story mode that you could walk about in and lightsaber battles. But I don't know what they were thinking with that dancing thing. It was just ridiculous.
The tracks are good, but
were they though?
No.
I think the original Connect was a bit of a fucking pain in the arse to use anyway.
Yeah.
Remember like trying to play Connect Adventures and just like nothing ever worked. You stepped to the left and it was like, where are you? You've went missing off the camera. You're like, it was
early days of that kind of technology. You know what I mean? Like even still now.
Yeah.
With PSVR still sometimes has tracking issues and stuff like that.
I never really have issues with PSVR now.
I still have issues with it when you're trying to set up M, but it's been a while since I've loaded it up properly and had with the new sofa for it. It's a bit more off for it. The last time I properly played it was the Resi 7 playthrough I did.
Yeah.
Through the headset, and that was great. I've been meaning to actually kick it back up because I might start playing Beat Saber.
We need to get Hugh playing Resi 7.
Oh no, we definitely need to do that.
Look, I don't get scared.
I am scared all the time.
Right.
I don't get scared. I'm always scared. That's my secret.
So, what do you think of it? Would you go and get the new Star Wars?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Hell yes. Just like VR just seems made for that.
Yeah, it looks fun.
A Jedi or Sith with a lightsaber, and then using it like Sith or Jedi or force powers, like force push and stuff. Like,
yeah, you seem throwing people about in that, and the gestures for that. It's just a no-brainer.
I mean, we're going to get one good Star Wars game every 6 years, so
so this may be it. One of the ones for the next 6 years.
Until they release Rogue Squadron, like fucking remastered.
Yeah. So yeah, awesome. Aeon Must Die was one of the ones that we've seen as a trailer there, cyberpunky fighting game.
Controversial.
Yeah, which
this looked really cool.
Yeah,
the visuals really looked amazing.
Yeah,
but Hugh has issue with it.
Yeah, Hugh, can you please explain?
I don't have issues
because I've not heard of any issues with this game or anything that's been happening.
I just saw it was a Twitter thread by people. There was a Dropbox. Is it Dropbox? There's loads of files of the people that developed the game.
Yeah,
quit. And said that a lot of them weren't paid for what they were doing. A lot of the ideas were stolen and stuff like that, and the actual publishers were crooks and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like,
and the trailer we saw was contracted out to artists and stuff who were then not paid for that and stuff. So it looked cool as fuck because the artists were probably really talented, but the people behind it are shitty.
I'm interested, if that is the true.
Maybe she's like, I'm still buying it.
Yeah, but if that's the case and that's true, a state of play, PlayStation shouldn't be advertising something like that.
Yeah,
but then they have been noticed, see for the last state of play or one of their advertisements they tried to do, they hired some random person that basically stole a lot of animators' works from Newgrounds and internet from DeviantArt and just rotoscoped over the top of them.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Like these big, Sony and that don't have.
They don't have time.
They don't care either, essentially.
I was going to say, they may not have time, but they also know for a fact that if someone calls them on it, they can easily just be like, oh, that was someone else's job.
Bye.
It gets passed around.
Just sack the person that put it together. That's what they do. But yeah, it looked real good, but unless stuff gets sorted, I probably won't get it because it's
if it's
assholes.
Yeah, if it's supporting assholes,
it's like supporting Ubisoft.
Yeah, there we are. There's also the Robin Hood game, Hood Outlaws and Legends.
Was that a Robin Hood game?
That was a Robin
Hood game. And that obviously it should have clicked then, but when I thought Hood, I thought like hoodlum gangster type thing because they looked like wee reprobates, they looked like wee outlaws because it's called something in Outlaws. Was it
Outlaws and Legends.
Yeah, I thought they meant Hood like that. I never even realised it was.
I think that is also linked, by the way. Hood and Hoodlum.
All right, cool.
So you might be right, but like
actually, maybe.
it looked really cool, like because it's got that steal for the rich, give to the poor vibe.
I got quite a thief sort of vibe from it.
Yeah,
as well.
I can see that, yeah.
Is that because they were thieving?
They're thieving, but it's more like hiding the shadows, and it's like supposedly it's a PvPvE.
Yeah, I saw that they said there was other groups of hoods.
Yeah.
That came like they were trying to all steal the one thing, and it came to blows.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds interesting. I quite like that idea.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Next one is the pedestrian.
Didn't see a lot of it, to be honest.
It was looked strange.
Pedestrian. Oh.
Yeah, it was.
No, it looked okay. A wee puzzle game. Just
Yeah, it was. Just
jumping between like signs and like workplaces, and then you're onto the street.
Yeah, you're attaching different parts of the level together to make an actual way through. Or
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, it looked alright. It's one of those wee games that you just put on now and again.
You don't get much from a trailer.
Yeah,
That's unfortunate for it. And Hugh, it looks like it's going to be your game of the year. It came next.
This slashy Destiny.
No, this is Bug Snacks.
Oh, Bug Snacks! Bug Snacks! Oh, Bug Snacks!
But it was like, that was the first time I'd seen gameplay of the game. Like, before it was just like
It looked pretty cool. It looked like a wee puzzle game. Like, you've got to like flush out these wee Bug Snacks, like with like like you got to put the laser in so it like it chases it and stuff like that.
It wasn't what I was expecting to see from the trailer, the initial trailer that I'd seen like a couple of months ago. I was like, what the fuck is this game?
Looks sort of Pokemon-y.
It felt kind of Pikmin-y to me.
Yeah,
Pikmin,
I was thinking that one.
Better one.
Yeah. But no, I'll be honest. Me and Hugh just kind of looked at each other. And we were like, "Man, I'm gonna get this." Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I don't know why. There was a carrot that was like a worm, and I was like, or a caterpillar. It was like, and I was like, I'm gonna get that carrot.
I need to herd that carrot into an enclosure.
Yeah.
There was also is it Anno, the driving game, sort of the.
Yeah, didn't really pay attention to that. To be honest.
It just it looked nice. It wasn't just anything that was like I wasn't really
you could
blown
call
away
it
by
Forza or Gran Turismo. It would be the same thing.
It didn't seem in too much of substance. Just nice looking.
Hugh, what is your favourite genre right now?
Third person action.
Third person action. There was a
third person action with skill trees.
Yeah.
And
so third person action RPG.
Yeah.
With trees.
Light RPG with bow and arrows.
Yeah. So. This was right up your alley in the Pathless, where it looked like Breath of the Wild.
It looked like Breath of the Wild, yeah. Like, I mean, if there was a game that was on there that looked like exactly like a Nintendo game, this was it. Like, you had a little wee eagle, and you were a wee guy with a bow and arrow, and you went around what is essentially Hyrule, shooting at things.
There was two that looked kind of similar. There was one that looked like Journey. Like
that's this one.
That's this one.
This one, yeah.
And then there's the anime one.
Yeah, the anime one. Yeah. I mean,
Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the anime girls.
Oh, the anime.
Oh, the anime girls.
What was that called?
Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact. That just, I mean, it looked like Breath of the Wild, but like they obviously need to get that anime girl in there.
Anime teddies.
Aye, like Breast of the Wild.
There it is.
Breast of the Wild. If that game came out, I'd probably buy
it. You have my dollar, sir.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I think you know how games go through this like it's a cycle.
Yeah.
A very popular, very
everyone loves those games now. So,
artistic game comes out like Breath of the Wild, and people are like, "Oh, I love that. I want to make my game like that." And then like loads of them come out. Like looking back, I think a lot of the pixel games were more puzzle platformy, and now they're wide open
side scrollers or
open world third person action game. No microtransactions, and I'm just sitting there clapping like a fucking seal. I'm not angry at all. I'm just cynical, man.
What do you think of Genshin Impact then?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
I think it looked pretty good actually.
Yeah,
it looked
I
nice.
like that. Yeah,
anime has auto chess as well coming to PlayStation.
Was that chess? I said that was chess, and Hamish was like, "Yeah, but that's not chess."
It wasn't chess like actual chess, rules chess.
Yeah,
it was on a board like a chessboard, mate.
It's fucking called auto chess. Hamish.
It didn't look anything like chess.
It was on a chessboard.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like the rules of chess, mate.
How do you know?
Because I've played chess before, and I saw the fucking video.
Rookie to pawn 6.
There was like 8 or so things clumped together. There was
pawns,
things. There was things. They're not all pawns, mate.
You're a pawn.
You realise that there's other pieces than pawns.
Yeah, but there's 8 pawns in there. Is there 8 pawns?
Yeah, but there wasn't
is
8
there
of the
pawns?
same. There wasn't 8 of the same pieces.
Is this game called auto chess?
I didn't know that. Anyway, they were in places that couldn't have been if it was chess rules. So it's obviously not just chess.
Hamish only knows.
I really hope I don't fuck this up and it's just chess.
So there's also Temtem, the Pokemon style game.
Yeah, that was so Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of going, oh, that looks like Sword and Shield, and then like these monsters came out, and I was like, have they just made Pokemon for the PlayStation?
So
Pretty much,
this game has been out for a wee while on Steam, and it's really popular because it's a better Pokemon because it's new and it's not like ran out of ideas. It's like, I mean, you've played Sword and Shield and you were quite yeah, but this, like, you'll probably enjoy Temtem a lot more. I have been hearing a lot of buzz about it and people wanting to sort of do the online thing. So it was nice to see that it's getting for the PS5. So that'll probably be one of the launch games, I'm assuming. I just want to say.
Yeah, I think Pokemon has never been that great. It was just a beginner's RPG. I'm just going to say it.
I think you said it before.
I'm just saying it, Hamish. I'm just saying it. It was just a beginner's RPG.
If you can't, like, Hugh's moving his hands very, like, you know, stoically.
Yeah,
Like he's saying something groundbreaking.
Yeah. Pokemon.
He's like, I'm just gonna say it, this has been on your mind for a while.
It's just a shitty RPG for beginners.
Oh wow.
It's never been good.
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 Never been
Did you not go back and play like Pokemon Red or Blue
Hamish
fairly recently?
Hamish, Hugh's just said it's never been good. Just like most things in his life, it's never been good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just his whole life in general, it's never been good.
I didn't realise you were such Pokemon fans.
No, I just like this.
What a Pokemon fannies.
Like, if you like,
I just think you're being a wee bit too harsh. I understand where you're coming from. There's not much to it, and it's, you know, fairly simplistic, and it is basically a light RPG. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But never been good's a bit harsh. I think for what it is,
maybe
it's
I'm being a
quite
bit
good.
hyperbolic, but
Yeah.
it doesn't deserve this level of respect and hype.
But it's got Pikachu, mate.
Fuck Pikachu.
But it's
I
only,
said it.
it's got this level of hype because the age everyone was when it came out.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
totally get
part of
that
your
because
upbringing.
I am a Final Fantasy fan, and Final Fantasy hasn't been good since the 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
So
When
What about Final Fantasy 7? The remake, did they just hit 5 million sales?
What about that movie? That was good.
Hamish, don't.
Please.
Hamish.
But yeah, I would say, like, I can understand that, and seeing something like Temtem, it's been like
that a fan game?
No, I think it was originally a fan game that they made like years ago, and they've just slowly been building up these monsters and new art and just having that foundation. And I don't think there's much of a lore pre this,
Right,
but
okay.
it's interesting because you're letting. I think it's more like it's a community drawing these animals rather than just, you know, we'll pay this artist to draw like I don't know, a trash can Pokemon and
Trash
Nice
can with
looking
eyes on it.
Pokemon.
yeah, you know what I mean. It's like at least there's a bit more creative thought
Just
behind it.
a
But then,
trash can with eyes, Hamish.
to be honest,
Yeah, I mean they need eyes, mate. They kind of just.
Gonna say, you know, I can see one right now.
That's terrible. You're gonna hurt Dom's feelings.
aye, come on, man, fuck.
I was looking at myself.
See how I pinged it off.
Boing.
Trash can't do that, can it? And the last game that they shown was Godfall, Hugh's favourite game. What was that game, Hugh?
This is my cynical side coming in, right?
Okay, here it comes.
Slashy Destiny. That's what it's going to be.
Slashing they.
Slashy Right. And I don't dislike Destiny, but
You despise it.
what was the first sentence you said? Something like slasher
Slasher looter or
Looter,
looter
and I was
slasher or something.
And
Like
like, honest to God, that just destroyed all hype for me. Like,
but I mean, what's wrong with that? That's basically
Just-
describing it like you. It's like a hack and slash, and you get loot. So it's like a looter,
Just-
like Diablo. So what's
it's just not creative. To me, it just seems like all games these days are either fucking third-person action RPGs or fucking
Battle
saying
Royales.
some sort of
saying
fucking
slasher
looter.
looter is no different than saying action RPG. It's getting the two main components of the game and explaining, you know.
Yeah,
what
if it's
made
from
up of.
yeah, it's just a buzzword. Man. I
but
would say
it
it's
just
buzzword.
destroys all the hype for me because they use these words like looter and stuff like that. Like it,
Yeah, they use it like fucking commas. Just like this is and
Like, they don't describe their game and how unique and nice the artwork or how good the gameplay is. They're like, oh, do you remember these looting games that you like? Oh, this is also a looting game.
Do you know what the thing is though? It's because they can't do what they used to do, which was show, don't tell. The problem
Right.
is it's because it's all still in development. They can't show you a lot because they don't have a lot to show. Because they can tell you what it's like, but then that's the worst thing you can do for a medium like video games. It's the same like you can do like a medium like music. It's better to show than to tell people, oh my game's amazing. You should play it, and it's
But
like
at the same time though, like I mean, there was a gameplay video with this. He was commentating over, so we can see it's slashy.
I mean, and it looked like it was a bit buggy.
Yeah,
Whoa.
No, I think it's just the guy playing it was not very good.
It
Kept missing things, and it's like, you've had time to prepare this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least hit the targets.
It looked like Destiny because of the armor and stuff like that, right? And he was like, "Oh, look at all this armor you can get," and I was like, "Oh, cool." So it'll be a game where like you just have to fucking rinse and repeat the same fucking missions to get a higher number.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a lot of games. I know what you're going to say, but like, I just bored
Aye, so
of this generation.
speaking about like, you know, the same sort of games for it, Avengers came out with their beta, and that had the same sort of
Right? Can I just say I want to talk about this?
oh yeah, please,
No.
because like I've got a few things I would like to say
No
about
fucking
it.
Spider-Man on the Xbox. That's ridiculous.
Didn't I think
How was that? No, it wasn't always going to happen.
yeah, I said
PlayStation
that.
has a contract
Yeah.
for exclusive Spider-Man rights.
Spider-Man's in other Xbox games.
Oh yeah, but he's not in the biggest
Marvel
one that's
Ultimate Alliance.
What? When was that though?
that was recently. It's on the
there was one
Switch.
recently, it was on the Switch.
Yeah.
So that's obviously not Sony.
Right.
It's more
But this is based almost off of films, right?
Yeah, so give PlayStation players
PlayStation's got
a
exclusive.
fucking give them a skin of, you know.
I think the PlayStation's got exclusive rights to Spider-Man because I don't think Peter
Zombie?
Parker's in Marvel versus. I'm fucking this up. They're not in that. What's that game you just said for the Switch?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Peter Parker's not in that.
What about
Miles Morales.
Capcom versus
He's not in that either.
he's not in that. He's not in Marvel.
Spider-Man's not in it.
He's not in that.
Mate,
No. Why do you think it fucking
Wolverine's not in
tanked?
it.
Yeah,
Like, there's very few good characters in that game. That's why it was shit.
that's why it was really bad.
Spider-Man is exclusively.
Either way, I'm still raging about
No,
this.
no,
game.
I'm not happy at it either.
No, it's trash, mate. It's
Just
absolute
give
trash.
either do a timed exclusive, which you know is still a bit shit, or
Yeah.
give them like a skin of the movie characters or something like that.
Yeah.
To not have them completely. Also, not even you're gonna be like, oh, you're an Xbox fanboy. That's why, like, I've got PlayStation, so yeah, I could just buy it on PlayStation. But what about the fact that if he's not even in the Xbox game at all,
Yeah.
that means he's not gonna play a part in the story really at all, or there's gonna be a lot less kind of that he's actually in it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, a
not,
lot
he's
less
not as
content.
integral to the game.
Aye.
But that's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's
It's
the
gonna be
most
a- it's
popular
gonna be an
fucking
add-on.
Marvel character. You know what I mean?
This is going to be a bad game.
You think it's going to be bad? Is it because it's Square Enix?
Squeaks.
Yes.
Squeenix. I am.
It's Crystal Dynamics, isn't it?
Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix.
Squeenix. I think the problem with this game is that it's just the same as the other games. It's a third person action.
That's the theme in it.
Honestly, like, it's focusing way too much on cosmetics, I think, as well in this.
Yeah,
And it's like the gameplay. It does look a lot better than what they previously shown. Yeah, I'll give that. Yeah, you've given it some time. I kind of, after the Spider-Man exclusivity announcement came up, I was like that written off and
Also,
like, not interested.
it might just be America, but like certain skins are like pre-order exclusives,
Best
and, like,
Buy and Amazon.
Verizon exclusives, and this is just corporate. The game, like this game is just fucking. I saw a screenshot of the Tony Stark menu.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Man menu, and there was all these things you've got to upgrade and like craft and stuff, and I was like, they couldn't be any more fucking less creative than this. They've just made Ghost of Tsushima and Horizon Zero Dawn, but with a fucking Avenger skin on it, and it does my fucking head in.
It's a shame.
I mean, see, the thing is, you like those games.
I do, right? But there's also burnout from these games. Like I told you, I stopped playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but if you hadn't played them, would you still have liked this game?
But it's still a lack of creativity. It just bothers me. There's so much you can do with this set of characters and their stories they can tell, and it's just like, like upgrade these repulsors, go kill these same enemies 20 times so you can like get these parts to like create this other part for
rinse
like,
and repeat.
and it's going to be like that, and it's going to be go to this part of the city to save 10 people in this small wee bit so you can get this upgrade, and like,
and he's not saying that's necessarily bad. It's just that if you've played you've played that game 3 times already and you put X amount of hours in each of them, so just throwing a different skin on it's not going to make it any more enjoyable. In fact, it's going to make it a bit more.
Just have one game and then you download the skin that you want. Do you want to play as the Avengers? Do you want to play as the X-Men? Do you want to play as feudal Japan people? Do you want to play as
none of these things are bad. I just want a different experience.
You want to have exactly. I mean, can you imagine if it was like a Avenger style game, if you were playing Iron Man in like a God of War setting, you had like, and then it would be rotating the Avengers round like that, a story driven game where you had different mechanics. You don't need to worry, you can build them up individually, with their trees, but it's a more story driven game
I
with them
think-
dealing with maybe the artifact for it rather than a active
You could
level.
you could do that, but I think what would be better is just singular games for like each character. I'm not saying
Okay.
every single one, but like when you get a game like this where you can just pick and choose who you're playing as, you're gonna get a generic experience because it needs to fit all of them.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had, for example, an Iron Man only game, I mean, you could do it that way as well, Dom. You could just have story missions pertaining to each character. You
You could do like an Injustice style with Marvel.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think it's came at that point at the end of this generation where there's been that type of game has saturated the market, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're so excited for Cyberpunk. It looks like I know it's a first-person shooter type game, but the gameplay looks interesting. It looks like it's more than just shooting. You've got all the hacking and stuff like that you can do. It looks like a better version of Deus Ex, to be honest. And that's not oversaturated. Like, there was a lot of first-person shooters in the 360 that were good, but you didn't play them because you played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like,
you played Halo.
Yeah, I'm not going to right, I did say it was going to be bad. Right, it might not even be a bad game, but I think it might be a boring game, which might be worse.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than playing a game that could have had potential.
Yeah,
You're playing a bad game, you're like, oh, it's buggy and people are T-posing and stuff, a funny game. But if it's a game that has potential and they don't hit it and it becomes an average game, that always comes out
it's
work.
just a bit
I get
boring.
what you mean with that though. Like, it could be really well crafted, well made, but you've done it all before, so
there's no excitement in it. There's no anticipation.
You're
It's
not like
alright,
you know, waiting like pure. Oh, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock. I'm finished at 5. I can't wait to go home and play Avengers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing drawing you in really, going through the motions just because it's like, oh, I like Avengers and I like video games, so I should buy and play this. You know.
I'm being honest. The last game I felt like that was Judgment, the Yakuza type game, because it had like things in it that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Like all the weird investigation stuff you do, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is a different type of gameplay. Like, it's not just, it is a third person action-y game, but like they mixed in so many other genres into it, and I was like, oh, this is actually really interesting.
They put you in an environment and gave you stuff to play around with.
Yeah, and it was each like really fun.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed playing it
because it was a different experience from what you had before. Just because, like, you know,
No
it is
cunt
a
had a bow
third
and arrow.
person experience, so no cunt had a bow and arrow. Just because it's done in that sort of style doesn't mean that you can't do something different within it.
Yeah.
But if something looks generic, looks like it's going to play generic, then
I mean,
what's the point?
and see, the thing is, like you were saying, Dom, it's so much potential. Have an Iron Man mission where you're flying about. Have a Black Widow mission where you need to use stealth. You know, have a Thor mission where you're just smashing the fuck out of people with a hammer. Like, there's so many ways that they could have went, and you know what, we've not seen everything from the game, so maybe there are going to be bits like that. But
and then maybe do like you have them all come together like in certain missions,
Like
and you can
the
switch
films.
between it. Yeah, you
Aye,
can do
and
like a
then
GTA or a Devil May Cry where you can switch between characters
those
in
are the
motion.
bits where you can switch between and do everything, you know, but have specific character missions as well.
I've never
like,
seen a game kill its own hype so much though. Like, every time it releases something new, it kills its own hype, and it will sell fucking gajillions. That's a number.
Well, we don't know because a lot of people.
Mostly because of the Avengers name. Like,
I mean, it'll still sell plenty.
But I don't think it'll make as much. They'll be, as Big Jim say, below expectations.
below expectations.
I honestly think it probably will hit. It won't hit as hard because from people have been saying from like the open beta or the pre-order beta, a lot of people have been cancelling and going. But then, who doesn't do that? I mean, we've already had that discussion. How can you play a game that's not been released, or you know, you've only had a day or so to play? It's
They just made a good Marvel game in Iron Man VR.
Yeah.
Wait, like, that is that's creativity.
Yeah.
About what would be cool to make an Iron Man game in VR, because that's what Iron Man kind of looks like. He's in a head. He's in a headset almost.
Yeah.
And he's got like a HUD
Yeah,
and stuff
it
like that.
translates perfectly.
Yeah. That's creative. And there's cool wee like story moments, because I was playing it and I was like, this is cool. I get to walk about his mansion and looking, like, I was looking in like wee books, and he had like, a diary, and you could read the diary. It had all these wee touches. It was so cool. And then you look at the Avengers game, you're like, that's just going to be this game. You know what the game's going to be before you play it.
Yeah, but also there have been plenty of games over the years that their advertising's just not cut it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there are all these nice wee bits in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be how it is.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and be like, you never know. You might get these bits in it.
It's the company that made Tomb Raider, the remake, the first two remakes, or not the remakes, the
newer ones,
the newer ones,
reboots.
The reboots. Their advertising was amazing for those games, and it's Square Enix who can create hype for shite games all the time. So I buy them.
So this week the podcast is sponsored by Marvel's Avengers.
But you know what? I will probably give it a chance.
Yeah,
I'll just because the Avengers name is so big. And like, I'll probably give it a chance, but you'll hear me go, it's just the same as the Ghost of Tsushima.
We'll just look this part. We'll just remember episode 33. Hugh.
Hugh moans.
You know what? I'm gonna get it, and even part of it is probably just because it's just gonna feel fun.
Was it out 2 weeks before Cyberpunk?
Something like that, yeah.
It's gonna get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just gonna be fun, like, going around hitting people with a hammer. You know, as Thor, and blasting people with Iron Man's repulsors and stuff like that. It's just, even if it's not loads of substance, I know I'm gonna enjoy it for that kind of part, because I do like Avengers. You know what I mean? But
would you buy the PS4 version?
Nah.
I might
it's not even for Spider-Man.
I mean, I know Spider-Man is technically, if you look at the numbers, Marvel's most popular character, but I've got Spider-Man on the PS4, and I'm gonna have Miles Morales to be Spider-Man, and a fully fleshed out actual Spider-Man game for that. So
you want some more details,
and
and how is he going to be in it? Like,
because
what's his level of involvement?
Because I don't think he will have a big level of involvement. He might literally just be in the background of cutscenes when other people were talking.
I am also here.
Like when you play levels, you can go home. That might be his entire involvement. Like, obviously you don't know until we play it, but
they have been doing this for a while. But they have been like purposely removing content.
When was it teased? Like 2015?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't as far back as that, was it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know why I keep googling things. I've lost my phone.
Hey.
I'm 2015. I'm pretty sure it was a year that Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7 remake were announced.
Yeah,
everyone was like losing their shit.
Yeah, because like Shenmue was like, that was when they announced the big Kickstarter for it, and then when that came out, like, it's
that would have been about then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because like that's an interesting one. If anyone wants to listen, if anyone's listening, Super Eye Patch Wolf has done like a Shenmue 3 retrospective for it, and it's a really so in-depth one, because it's a guy.
He's really good.
Like, no, honestly, like. Really, see, for someone that like loves these video games, he has like a really good analysis of what went wrong with this game, and how he was like crushingly disappointed with it. It's really, really interesting. So guys, that wraps up the podcast for this week. So have we got anything we're looking forward to next week?
Hugh's birthday! Woo, 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 woo.
So I know what Hugh's looking forward to, but Hamish, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, round about that time, is it not Tony Hawk's beta or something like that?
Oh, is it a beta?
There's a beta on the 14th of...
Oh my god.
Mate, and it's the classic level, the warehouse level.
The intro level.
The very first level.
I think Avengers and Tony Hawk are out around the same date, and I think I'll play Tony Hawk more. Like, because Tony Hawk 1 and 2, boys. Like, was it a game you played more? Like in the late 90s?
At that time, no, definitely not.
Definitely
like, Tony Hawk 1, I just could not get enough of. Like, and I was bad at it, but that warehouse level.
I think I've said this before on the podcast, but it just seems like the absolute perfect game. Like, to just, you get home from work, you're a wee bit tired, you don't want to, delve into a whole story or anything like that, but you're just like, oh, you know what, I could skate a wee bit. It just seems like the perfect kind of, not completely a chill out game, because you obviously need to pay attention to what you're doing, but it just seems like easy to pick up and just play, for an hour
you can switch
or so.
off.
And,
and the music's good. They got all the fucking rights to the music back.
Yeah, I was so happy
most
for
of
it.
them, I think they got most of them. But like, I'm really looking forward to like Horse and stuff like that. See, when you just come over, we're going to stream some Horse.
Oh,
that's
a good idea.
That's a good idea.
That's a really fun idea.
Also, just about that, I mean, that's obviously just a demo beta thing, but UFC 4 is coming out as well on your birthday, so very soon.
You can beat me up in that, Hamish, because you can't do it in real life.
I can do both, and we will do both. We will stream both.
Oh, that's a good idea. Birthday stream.
Birthday stream.
I'll beat you in the game, and then I'll beat you in real life.
Like, that'll be the best stream ever. See if like there's a rage quit and then an actual fight. Like,
get banned on Twitch immediately. That's at twitch.tv/patchesingaming.
Good plug, mate. For the real bout.
What about you, Dom? Is there anything you're looking forward to?
Probably just downloading Fall Guys. On the PlayStation or on Steam. Maybe try to get actually some Twitch stuff done it as well. trying to get back to normal. I think everyone's been really busy. I was on streaming Tetris 99 just to have a wee bit of a laugh, and I played it for a while. But
Plus, Scotland's really fucking hot right now.
yeah,
It's like 23 degrees.
Scotland's so hot right now.
Scotland.
yeah, and it's like you do want to sort of get out and about, but also maintain the social distance and keep away from other
Hamish.
people.
No, things aren't. It's like they're half back to normal, but they're not. You know,
Yeah.
it's just as confusing a time as it has been.
So that's episode 33 of the podcast done.
Hit us
I
up
think
on
so.
Instagram at PatchesUnofficial.
Hit us up on Twitter at patchesin.
Send us an email if you got any questions or anything like that. patchesunofficial@gmail.com.
What was that, Hugh?
PatchesUnofficial at gmail.com.
That's a goodbye from Hugh,
Goodbye.
and a goodbye from Hamish,
Bye everyone. Thanks for listening.
and a goodbye from me, Dom, and we'll see you next time. See you later, guys.
See you later, fuckers.
Rude.
Nice. Paige? What are you doing, Paige?
You're leaving that bit in?
What page? Paige, you want to be on a podcast?
Page.
Paigey.
PG.